Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Wendy Chen. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in the show today, we join Lesotho City volunteers as they hand out rice and daily necessities to poor families in South Africa. We meet 35-year-old Xie Senling, a cerebral palsy sufferer who proves that nothing is impossible with hard work and determination. And in our feature report on Taiwan sunsets trades, we go to Nantou Suili to learn how Snake Kion produces quality ceramics. First up, Lesotho City volunteers visited Lady Brand in South Africa to distribute aid supplies to needy families. Each household received 2 20-kilo bags of rice and cooking oil, enough for a family of 4 to get through the cold winter.
City volunteers in South Africa often hold distributions in the dry winter. With the help of local volunteers, this time, Lesotho City volunteers are distributing parcels of rice to the residents of Lady Brand. These 20 kilograms of rice and a large bottle of cooking oil will see the residents through until the May harvest. Here, a local woman goes down on her hands and knees to thank volunteers. This year, Tzu Chi has already distributed 1,000 parcels of rice. Now residents of this nation, once called the land closest to heaven, will find a bit of heaven in their hearts.
In the Dominican Republic, Tzu Chi volunteers distributed new uniforms, stationery and school bags to the students of the Tzu Chi Elementary and Middle School in Laramana, as most of the students were using short pencils and old school bags. The volunteers hope that with the new stationery, students will focus better on their studies.
1, 2, 3, 4 y 5.
Students can hardly imagine that they can have so much stationery, as most of their families are poor, so they can barely afford it.
It's good to see Tzu Chi here to help. Education is very important, especially to the students from poor families. Their future hopes lies on the education they receive.
Ayulis is now a senior high school student, and she was also a graduate of Tzu Chi School. She comes to help before the new semester begins.
I graduated from Tzu Chi School 4 years ago. Before, I was a receiver, but now I am a giver. I am very happy.
As the students go back home, they take the new stuff out to show to their parents. The new uniform, pencils and notebooks will be a great help to their studies.
In China, to celebrate this year's Moon Festival, Tzu Chi volunteers from Kunshan, Jiangsu Province visited a nursing home, bringing gifts of mooncakes and handmade framed photographs to the senior residents. As always, it is not the value of the gifts that counts, but the thought behind the gift. The elderly people all enjoy the day's song and dance activities and look forward to a return visit.
Where are the happy faces? The seniors in the nursing homes all have happy faces as they follow Tzu Chi volunteers in song and wave their hands high in the air. The volunteers' enthusiasm even inspires the seniors to sing a little song.
Here at the nursing home, bringing joy to the seniors also brings joy into my own heart.
A little more love in this world, especially for seniors, as they have given all their love already. I'm not doing this for me, but also for my children to see. The volunteers help the seniors clip their nails and chat to them while giving them a massage. The seniors receive the photographs with smiles and memories.
In the 30 years following the end of the Vietnam War in April 1975 and the evacuation of the U.S. Army, millions of Vietnamese people fled their homes by land or sea. Many went to the United States in search of a better life, and most settled in California and Texas. At San Jose's DaAi Temple, every Sunday over 500 to 600 children from the Vietnamese families arrive to learn their mother tongue. City volunteers were invited to share their volunteering experiences, and they also seized the opportunity to share with everyone Tzu Chi's signature song of love and care. By singing the signature Tzu Chi song of care and love, Tzu Chi volunteers were able to bring comfort and love to Japan's 311 disaster victims. Whether it is in China or South Africa, the song has inspired the goodness of many. In the United States, Tzu Chi volunteers in San Jose, Northern California, even translate the lyrics into Vietnamese to share with their friends at the DaAi Temple.
Though there are only 4 sentences of lyrics to the song, in fact, when we are recording the song, starting from translating the lyrics to typing it out and then recording it, just on the recording section, we went wrong nearly 60 times and had to start from the beginning.
At first, I wrote the lyrics in English. After that, I asked Brother Lee to help translate, and when that was done, Brother Guo typed it out and sent it over to me. But because I couldn't read Vietnamese, I asked my sister-in-law to read it for me. I used my phone to record every word of the lyrics and went home to practice the pronunciation.
71 countries worldwide.
Through the video footage of Tzu Chi's relief work around the globe, temple members learn about the Buddhist NGO spirit of great love and how recycling volunteers give selflessly to help those in greater need, inspiring them to give a little of their love as well. Five-year-old Xie Senling is a cerebral palsy sufferer who does not have full control of his facial muscles and limbs, and his speech pattern is irregular. But Xie has overcome all these disabilities to become a special education teacher. He boasts that he is a walking billboard for students with disabilities and says that with hard work and determination, anything is possible.
He is Xie Shengling from Taiwan, who suffers from cerebral palsy. He was discriminated against when he was young and still is, even as a special education teacher. But he does not find it tiresome.
Parents' first impression of me usually is that I'm like those scam artists on the street. I overcome this by repetition. If they reject me once, I'll visit them again and also invite them to special education meetings at school.
Xie feels that he was given this disability to serve as an example for students with special needs, to show them that with hard work, anything is possible.
Opportunity favors those who are prepared. If you are ready, one day when opportunity knocks, you will be able to open the door.
Xie Shenling is using his own life story to encourage his students to look to the future with hope.
In our next report, we look at the life story of 94-year-old Cai Ling-Cai, who lives in Nantou County of Taiwan. The senior suffers from bone atrophy, which has left her with a height of less than 100 centimeters. When she saw her neighbor didn't have enough money to raise their 3 children, she adopted them and treated them as her own children.
Making Chinese knotting with her deformed hands, this is 94-year-old Cai Ling-Cai. Her wrinkled hands are the best proof of her hard-working past.
I can do many things but can't carry heavy stuff. Sometimes I will sew things. I only have time during the daytime. Sometimes I will still be awake when the sun comes up.
Although suffering from bone atrophy and with a height of less than 100 centimeters, the senior insists on raising her 3 adopted children working as a tailor.
The only difference is that I didn't give birth to them, but it's the same. God is watching over us, so I can't be so cold-hearted because God will see everything.
She works really hard to raise us. We felt that we needed to do our parts to reciprocate the love she gave us.
Now the 3 adopted children all have their own families, but they still visit their adopted mother regularly and make sure her furniture is placed low enough that she can move around easily.
It is easier for her to move around and get her things.
Since Ling Chai cannot move around easily, her daughter will always carry her around. Cai Su Jing says in her heart, her mother will always be her guardian.
Recently, the Malaysia Tzu Chi chapter held a 2-day training workshop for their media volunteers. The Deputy CEO of DaAi TV, Zhang Junyu, led DaAi TV staff in attending the event and shared Tzu Chi's mission with the media volunteers. He also thanked the volunteers for spreading the truth, goodness and beauty to the world.
To record Tzu Chi's work is always a challenge for amateur media volunteers.
I just shoot everything on the scene because I don't know what I should or shouldn't film.
The Deputy CEO of DaAi TV, Zhang Junyu, points out that media volunteers' reports should be stories that can benefit the public.
Media volunteers should play the roles of correcting, complimenting, and leading. That means to lead the public in the right direction.
The producer of Live Wisdom on DaAi TV, Fan Jiangting, encouraged the media volunteers not to underestimate the power of their reports.
A touching story can be influential as it spreads a positive message through our reports, images, and editing.
In the media volunteer training workshop held by Malaysia Tzu Chi chapter, the professionals exchange ideas and pass on their skills to the media volunteers in hopes of continuing to spread the goodness to the world.
The Tzu Chi parents-child class in Kuantan, Malaysia visited Thong Hoa nursing home to express their love and care to the elderly people. Meanwhile, in Sadangkan, Sabah, the Tzu Chi parents-child class visited the home for the visually impaired to experience the life of the blind people.
Tzu Chi parent-child class students in Kuantan, Malaysia, visited Thong Hoa nursing home. Under their teacher's guidance, the children start to apply lotion and give massage to the elderly. A warm hug also makes the elderly very happy. Before they leave, volunteers also give the elderly haircuts.
This is a great chance for our children to learn what the elderly need, how to respect them and express filial piety.
Besides learning about filial piety, the Tzu Chi parent-child class of Sadangkan, Sabah visits the Garden of Light home for the visually impaired. There, the children experience the inconveniences of the visually impaired people.
If we bump into the white cane, we'll be punished.
On the lower stair, they can feel the arm moving upwards.
On this field trip, the children meet new people and learn how to express their care to the elderly. They also learn to be compassionate and respectful to those physically challenged.
Hong Kong Tzu Chi volunteers held a charity sale on September 15th. Prior to the event, Tzu Chi volunteer Liu Meihui used old curtain fabrics donated by others and sewed them into beautiful cosmetic bags, which all caught the eyes of passers-by at the sale. Let's take a look. Here at the second-hand sale held by the Hong Kong Tzu Chi chapter, one can find almost anything from food and drinks to clothes as well as daily necessities.
I made this myself. Yes, I made it.
These beautiful cosmetic bags were previously curtain fabrics, which were given a second lease of life by Tzu Chi volunteer Lu Meihui.
I bought this. This is similar to a metal frame, so I turned it into a cosmetic bag, and it looks quite stylish.
Every piece of fabric needs to be first cleaned, washed, and then ironed before sewing them together to make a bag.
I need to first draw, cut, and then iron the inside fabric, and then sew the zipper on. From beginning to finishing, it takes me an hour.
Participants at the second-hand sale all hope, through their love and care, to help China's flood victims rebuild their lives. In today's feature report on Taiwan's bedding industries, we're visiting the snake kiln in Nantou County's Suili Township. The brick pottery kiln began its operations in the era of Japanese occupation, when pottery master Lin Jiangsong built a 31.8-meter kiln along a hillside. 4 generations of the Lin family have preserved the traditional wood firing method, which creates the earthenware's distinctive patterns and colors. Now Taiwan has once again taken center stage in the world of wood-fired pottery, and Snake Kiln has become both a major tourist attraction as well as a center for teaching the art of ceramics.
The master shapes a vase as the potter's wheel turns.
When shaping the clay, it's a bit as though you are practicing qi gong, putting your qi into the work.
After the clay has dried, the earthenware is transferred into a tunnel in the kiln. Next is the first step in bringing the pottery to life. Kindling is placed in the furnace and set ablaze.
We gradually build the fire higher and higher. After 3 days, it reaches its highest intensity, about 1,250 degrees Celsius.
Maintaining the fire for 3 days requires painstaking effort. Varying temperatures in the furnace produces the pottery's distinctive markings, ashy color, and crystalline surface. Each product of the kiln is like no other.
A gas furnace maintains an even temperature, so pottery all looks about the same. Temperatures in wood-fired furnaces are unstable, and that's why each piece of pottery is like no other.
Running along a hillside, Suili Snake Kiln is constructed of bricks. 31.8 meters in length, the structure twists and turns, suggesting the shape of a giant serpent.
Layer upon layer of kiln suede cover the wall, producing stalactite-like formations.
Walking through the snake kiln is like visiting a cave-filled stalactite formations.
There are a variety of colors, white, blue, and brown, all formed naturally.
With a history of 86 years, Snake Kiln is Taiwan's sole extant wood-fired kiln. Old master Lin Jiangsong founded the business and passed it on to his son. When third-generation pottery master Lin Guolong took over the kiln, he converted it into a tourist attraction and center for ceramic education.
Snake Kiln was named for its long, windy shape. In fact, in its earliest day, it was known as Dragon Kiln.
Now machines produce almost everything and handmade goods are rare. Snake Kiln's handmade porcelains have a traditional feeling that is very important to me.
Here, the master is teaching a young student in the ceramics classroom.
I'm so happy because I was able to make something on my own.
In an early era, pillows, chamber pots, cake molds, and even feeding troughs were all made of clay. However, following the rise in the use of plastic metal products, ceramics fell by the wayside. Now, pottery has gained a new life. generation master Lin Guolong's son, Lin Jiaxiang, a recent graduate of an Institute of Industrial Design, has returned to Shuili to enter into the family business.
As a fourth-generation potter, I hope to bring the feeling of the past into the present and pass it on.
Not only my son learned the art of ceramics, but is also passing it on the next generations. That's what makes me happiest.
These ceramic cups, created by fourth-generation master Lin Jiaxiang, appear to be half mended. Actually, they're a nostalgic throwback to the past.
In an earlier era, people weren't so well off, so when something was broken, rather than throw it away, they would have it repaired or mended. Now we are creating mended products to recall the past.
This towering earthenware sculpture, created by pottery masters using Snake Kiln's traditional wood-firing methods, was a year in the making. Listed in the Guinness Book as the world's tallest ceramic vessel, the work commemorates the millennium.
A half-completed original fell into 9/21 earthquake. After the crack, we began to work again.
Snake Kiln was destroyed in the 9/21 earthquake, but the tremors couldn't shake the Lin family's dedication to preserving their pottery heritage.
This year's Moon Festival was celebrated yesterday, September 30th. Before that, city volunteers in the United States held a celebration at the Texas Tzu chapter, to which they invited members of the public to take part. Volunteers prepared a variety of performances for the participants, as well as charity mooncakes. This activity of passing on the bowl is bringing participants together at the Moon Festival celebration at the Texas Tzu chapter, where they also enjoy a song sung by handicapped children. Next, volunteers also demonstrate what they have learned at Tai Chi class.
Though there are some senior bodhisattvas who, despite teaching them Tai Chi, they may not get it right all the time, but they are very mindful. Tai Chi helps people better themselves and stay calm when facing others.
Parents who have nothing to do while their children attend the Tzu Academy School also gets to enjoy a dance exercise class.
Exercise helps to soothe you and strengthen your muscles around your waist. This way your waist and legs will become stronger and you won't be easily injured.
After a series of performances, participants enjoy the delicious meatless dishes prepared by the volunteers and also sign up to vegetarianism. Volunteers began preparing charity mooncakes over a month ago, and today they invite everyone to share their love with those in greater need. This year's annual TIMA conference began last Friday, September 28th in Hualien, with over 530 medical staff from around the world taking part. In the 4-day seminar, doctors shared their experiences in hopes of improving their medical skills and also discussed many ways to maintain good relationships with their patients and their family members. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.